Lord Byron was once quoted in saying, "Folly loves the martyrdom of fame." In tonight's show, we look back at a group of musicians who for some of their fans were living saints, and most certainly believed and followed in the religion of their work. At their height, Lady Lola and the Ebolas were something of a modern legend. A statuesque heavenly body, their postmodern gravitational pull was felt on both a social and cultural level. In Thatcher's England of the 1980s, they conquered the charts and won over the critics before fading into obscurity in 1997. The band was fronted by Lady Lola and flanked by token American Rusty Staines and teen pin-up Andrew Frank. Together, they scored a score of top 10 singles and albums, but like so many of their contemporaries, they discovered the cost of fame. They created a media frenzy. Front-page stories were a common event.
Of course, I remember the inception of Lady Lola and the Ebolas. It was way back when the feminist movement, of which I was a leading part, was really on the march. There was myself, Julie Burchill, Sandy Toksvig, and the Ebolas. And I think we influenced them a little bit too. So much so that I heard that Andrew Frank became a woman.
Oh yes, they changed the face of popular British culture. Without Lady Lola and the Ebolas, there would have been no avant-garde art scene, no Hoxton, no Shoreditch, no Mel and Kim.
With rumours of a possible reunion rife, I decided to catch up with the original group members, who hadn't seen each other or performed on stage together in almost a decade. Now a racehorse mogul, Rusty Staines runs her thoroughbred stud farm from the island of Sark.
Rusty, can you tell us about the early years?
Oh, Conway, it was party. There were nights when I didn't know who I was or where I was or who I was doing, if you know what I mean. I used to wake up in a hotel room in the morning smelling of someone else's pee and my own vomit.
And how did you feel success affected your life?
Well, I always wanted to do something special to help, the people that didn't have nothing like me when I was growing up back in Virginia. So I always wanted to start a stud farm because I had a special affinity with animals, if you know what I mean. Run! It's got teeth!
They say fame always costs, Rusty. What price did you pay?
Well, Conway, sanity and a general sense of well-being.
Rusty, the split of the Ebolas has been shrouded in mystery for almost a decade now. Can you shed any light on the reasons for the dissolution of the band?
No.
Shakespeare wrote, "If music be the food of love, play on." Here's one man who stuffed his face.
Hi everyone, it's me, Nigel Marvin Smith. You might remember me as the manager of the extremely successful boy band from the 1990s, Take This, and for my fantastic Manchester gay club, Credentials. Any similarities between me and Nigel Martin Smith, who managed Take That and runs Essential, are purely coincidental. Now, Lady Lola, you are a fucking star. If there's to be a reunion, then I'm the one to manage it. You can't sing Angels, mind you. That's Robbie's song. Bring me a boy!
Yeah, I remember when I produced The Big Breakfast, they were like queuing up at 3 o'clock in the morning just to get a glimpse of them. It was unbelievable. And I seem to remember they fancied, what's his name? Oh, Andrew, that's it. They really fancied Andrew. They had pictures of him all over the place. He was like the poster boy. Didn't he turn out to be gay?
I know, so I fucked them both anyway. Where are we tonight? Wembley?
Honey, I don't even know if I'm wearing underwear, so I sure don't know where we're going.
Pin-up boy of the group Andrew Frank was twice voted Cosmopolitan's Man of the Year. However, following his gender reassignment, it is ironic that as Andrea, he has become like one of the many middle-aged women who used to adore him.
Andrea, there have been a lot of changes since your hunky poster boy days of the 90s.
Well, I got my ears pierced. Sorry, that's a little joke. I find the laughter helps take away the pain. Well, I always knew there was something wrong. And one night, after Top of the Pops, it hit me.
What hit you, Andrea? A pair of teenage girls' panties?
No! Well, Yes, but no. Oh, it's lucky I kept them panties as well, isn't it? They've come in handy now. I always knew something were wrong. I always knew I were meant to be Andrea.
And how has your local community accepted you now?
Oh, quite well, yeah. I used to turn a lot of heads as Andrew, and I'm still turning heads now. People will stop in the street and point and stare. And I've taken in a few of the local strays and all. Oh, here's one now. Hello, come on, puss. Puss, puss.
Are you okay to continue, Andrea?
I'm fine. They were just playing a little bit rough. Whew, I feel a little bit lightheaded.
Well, if you're fine. What do you miss about your days in the band?
Friendship.
And one final question for you, Andrea. Would you ever consider the possibility of a reunion?
I'll never say never. But if we came back now, I suppose we'd have to be a girl group.
It was during their world tour of 1997 that news of the split finally broke.
So for all you fans of Neighbours, tune in next week for Helen Daniels' final emotional scenes. World news now, and Lady Lola and the Ebolas, who are over here on the Australian leg of their world tour, have announced their decision to split. A spokesperson had this statement earlier on.
Wait! Ronnie! Shush!
It is with regret that Lady Lola's Ebolas have made the decision to cease performing as a group. After the recent bad press, numerous CCJs and a great deal of soul searching, we have decided to go our separate ways and pursue solo careers. We thank all of our fans for their support over the last 5 years. Thank you.
Ronnie, go out! Run!
After the demise of the Ebolas, Lady Lola set her sights on film and television work. Initially hailed as a success, her self-titled talk show Lola ended after only 2 seasons, and finally the offers stopped rolling in. She has not been seen in public since. Now living in self-imposed exile, she categorically refused to have any involvement with the production of this programme. Her agent simply said, Lady Lola does not look back on her days with the group with the same sentimental fondness of the fans. The only way a reunion will ever occur is if the inland revenue catches up with her in Panama. Unlike the many reformed bands currently enjoying million-pound world tours, the question we have to ask ourselves is there a place in the world for the Ebolas? Living separate and increasingly lonely lives, will the group ever find their way back into the heart of the nation? Will they grace our ears one final time, or rest evermore in unvisited tombs?